Guess what? The First Lady of the United States of America has come to YouthBuild. And guess what else? Michelle Obama, Mrs. Obama, the First Lady of the United States, understands you, where you come from, what your aspirations are, and the importance of giving opportunities for you to serve, to learn, to grow, to lead, and to fulfill your aspirations and your vision for a better society. And and that's why she's here. And the Obamas understand YouthBuild. So she started the Public Allies in Chicago, which is where Ellie Flores and B. Sweet went after they finished YouthBuild, right? And maybe that's really all I need to say before the First Lady gets to speak to you.
So what is it, morning? Good morning. Good morning. Man, YouthBuild, let's hear it again. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so proud of you. All sit down and rest your feet. I know you all have been working hard. I want to thank Dorothy for her introduction, for her hard work. Congratulations on this wonderful day. Happy anniversary, YouthBuild. I know how proud Dorothy must be to be standing here today. 30 years of anything is an amazing feat. But walking through these displays and talking to some of the most intelligent, focused, knowledgeable young people, you know, that makes me proud. It should make this country proud, and I know you've made Dorothy very proud. And I'm so excited to be here to share this with you. The work you've done here is quite impressive, and the evolution of your work to include green building, something that we're talking more and more about as a nation. Energy-saving practices and environmental awareness, it demonstrates how YouthBuild has endured as a leading nonprofit organization, keeping up with the times, making sure that the training and education that you get is current. However, for me, it's your core principle that I am so impressed with, of providing opportunities for amazing young people. Amazing young people, giving folks a second and third and fourth chance, particularly low-income youth. Sometimes we overlook them. We think that they can't be, they can't do, and it's places like YouthBuild that help you to find yourselves and to be reborn in so many ways, and to help rebuild communities all across this country, but to also complete high school and to graduate and to do some really special things. And this message, the message of YouthBuild, is so important. Participating in national and community service is not just an escape for the wealthy, or for those students who can afford it, which is something that I couldn't do growing up. I didn't come into an understanding of community service until after I had graduated from law school and had to think about what I wanted to do. I couldn't afford to take off time to do an internship. Community service is an integral part of empowering our people and making our communities stronger. And service must become a part of each of our lives. It has to be an integral part of each of our lives if we're going to create a more unified nation that we all want and that our president talks so much about. You may know a little bit about the president, Barack Obama, and myself. But when Dorothy says that we understand, I said throughout the campaign, Barack Obama gets it. He gets it because he's lived it. He started his career as a community organizer on the south side of Chicago. I was impressed with that. And he's very proud of the work that he did to bring the community together there on the south side to help register voters, and to bring new jobs to neighborhoods that had lost them, and to help people live with a little bit of dignity. He's proud of that work. He will tell you that's the most important part of his own training and development. Through this work, he came to realize he wasn't just helping other people. As you've learned through service, he found a community that embraced him. And I know you all understand that. You find people who love you and believe in you. That's what he found. He found a church to belong to through his work in communities. And he found his own direction, a direction that would bring him to where he is today, the President of the United States of America. And all of that came through service, giving, contributing. I too found my life enriched. When I left my job at a corporate law firm, I thought that was the best thing I'd ever do, making a lot of money in a corporate firm in Chicago. But it wasn't until I stepped away from the corporate track and worked in city government and eventually helped to found the Chicago chapter of Public Allies, an AmeriCorps program, a national service program, that I realized how important public service and community service was to my own development. And now that the two of us have moved to Washington, our new home, we both have continued to stress the value of national and community service by honoring the hard work of public servants right here in DC and our federal agencies. All across this nation, we rely on those workers who work hard here every day. And one of the things that I've tried to do to honor their work is to visit them in their agencies, to thank them, to also spend time in various community-based programs throughout the DC area, to highlight that work and to show them our gratitude and appreciation. For us, that's what it means to be a part of a community, that you come in, you listen, and you learn from those who have been there. For the last 16 years, the Corporation for National and Community Service, which includes AmeriCorps, has enabled millions of Americans to strengthen their neighborhoods and help tackle some of the nation's most intractable problems. And during the campaign, Barack laid out a plan to expand these programs. The plan called upon Americans from all walks of life to take part in civic renewal and serve their communities. And he made a commitment, a promise to build the infrastructure that will enable them to do that. And if you remember, during the transition, we're still transitioning, he enlisted Colin Powell in a bipartisan call to service. We also set up a website to link people to service opportunities, and the President participated in a nationally televised public service announcement. We also teamed up with service organizations and the Corporation for National and Community Service to draw attention to Martin Luther King Day of Service that produced record participation. More than 13,000 projects took place, and that more than doubled last year's record of 5,000 projects. This historic turnout is the largest ever in the 14 years since Congress encouraged Americans to observe the King holiday as a national day of service. And that's something we can all be proud of, because I know YouthBuild was in the middle of that work.